What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode number 8 of Tub Talk. You guys probably could tell, but we're in a different tub. We're back home. It's Thanksgiving break for me. So we're here with Carson and Cade. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Carson O'Sullivan. We live in Rochester, Illinois. I played hockey with Jack when I was younger, so that's my relation to him.
My name's Cade Marsiah. I went to Rochester High School from Rochester, Illinois, and I know Jack from riding bikes with him as a kid, playing baseball with him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good old Pokemon Go days.
Oh, yeah.
We played a lot of Pokemon Go back in the day.
I still do.
Remember meeting in the park with like Darren and Colby and all them and Preston and just meeting in the park. Preston came a few times. It was like a one-off. And then we'd ride our bikes to the lighthouse and buy a warmed-up honey bun or something like that.
Warmed up, we got a cinnamon roll.
Cinnamon roll. My fault.
What the heck?
At the lighthouse. It was like $2.76, I think. And
$2.76.
we'd tip them 20% on the dot. We'd bring change. And we'd bike around just catching Pokemon all day.
That was like before COVID. That was
Pre-COVID era.
we were probably like 12, 13 years old, something like that.
I feel like everybody had a bike riding era where like just for months or maybe just one summer out of their life, everyone rode bikes every single day.
COVID was a big one. We were on our bikes like 24/7 during COVID.
I remember that. You remember the Outer Banks crew?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
We don't have to talk about the people in that group.
Yeah, we don't have
But-
to.
No, I say we do it.
No, we don't. What do you guys want to talk about? You guys already gave your fun facts and stuff, so what do you want to talk about?
I don't know.
I know you wanted to talk about the art of locking in, Carson.
Yeah, we could do that. Just
Alrighty.
about locking in, what it entails. Not really how to do it. I feel like everyone knows how to do it, but just like I don't know how to apply it to every other aspect of your life.
A lot of listeners probably don't know what locking in is or what it means. You want to give them a little definition?
So locking in would let me see.
It's like dialing in.
It's like just dialing in. It's
focusing, becoming hyper focused on your
goals. Yeah. And almost having tunnel vision of what you need to do and kind of just putting your head down and grinding for a little bit.
Yeah. So, like, what are your guys' goals right now? What are you guys focusing on?
You want to go, kid?
So what I'm going to do, so I go to a community college called Lincoln Line. It's about 10 minutes away from here. I'm going there for business. I want to be an entrepreneur.
Roll logs.
Because I would be a fourth-generation entrepreneur within my family. So after community college, I plan on going to University of Illinois at Springfield, which is around 10,000 people, D2 college, which is right around Lincoln Land. So it'll save me a bunch of money. Then I can get more of my business degree and my undergrad in finance, and I can hopefully ship it off from there.
There you go. Sounds like you got your whole life planned out.
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Jack? How are you locking in? What are you locking in on right now?
Well, I'm playing hockey right now. Playing in Ironwood, Michigan. Shout out the boys.
Uncle Poop.
I'm just focusing on getting a scholarship to play college hockey. That's my goal. And I'm a business owner right now. Shout out Mulligan Golfing.
MulliganGolfing.com.
MulliganGolfing.com.
Go there, spend your money.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
And Detail Dash.
We've all worked there. And then for me, I run a mobile car detailing business, Detail Dash here in Springfield. We go to you to detail your car, relatively self-explanatory. Right now, something that I'm pretty locked into is training for my second ultra marathon. I have a 40-mile trail run coming up on January 18th. It's called the Shippy Endurance Runs. And yeah, it's going to be brutal, but it's something that I'm really looking forward to because it absolutely sucks and it breaks you down mentally, but there's no better feeling than finishing something that you think is near impossible and then just getting done with it and knowing that you did it and that all your work and all your training for it has really paid off. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. You want to walk us through your first one? How was that? It was a 35 mile, is that right?
It was a 50K, so it was 32 miles.
Or 32 miles. So
It
how did
was-
that go?
It was just north of here. I'm not sure. Probably, I think, like an hour south of Chicago. It was a 50K trail run. I ran it with my brother and I's buddy, Sean. Sean ran the 100K, which is
4.
62 miles, because 5K is 31 miles.
You told us 32.
Or 50K. Well, yeah, but they didn't measure it right, so we ended up running like a couple miles over. Anywho, and then my brother's other buddy, Jeremiah, ran 100 miles on a trail run, which is just absolutely insanity. Like, that's just insane. But yeah, so my buddy Sean talked to me months prior about signing up for a 50K, or I think he said a 25K. And he's like, no, that's not worth it. He's like, you might as well do the 50K. That'll be worth it, and won't be a waste of your time. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. But I didn't think of anything of it. That's kind of just one of those things you say you'll do it, and you hope he forgets.
Yeah.
Doesn't hold you to it.
Yeah.
And then I think 3 or 4 days prior to it, we were at my brother's house sitting around a fire, and he just said, hey, Carson, you ready for the race? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, 50K, it's Thursday. He's like, you haven't signed up? You want to sign up? And I was like, you know what? It's been a while since I've done something hard. I'm going to sign up. So practically zero training. I go into this 50K, but I work out 6 days a week. I run relatively routinely. So I'm in shape, and I know I can do it. But yeah, I get there, start the race, absolutely brutal. It's a 4-mile loop, or it's an 8-mile loop 4 times. So the first time I went around, it's 8 miles, it's light work. I come back, I don't think I need to eat or anything, but I'm eating goose, I'm drinking like my hydration, all that stuff, and second lap, I go out and my legs are absolutely killing me, like they're going numb. So I come back, and I'm like, once I get back, I'm gonna rub icy hot and Tiger's Balm all over my legs. I'll take Advil, have a cheeseburger, and go back out. So I ran 16 miles, I get back. That's what I'm wanting to do. And it gets to a point, because this is 16 miles on trail, so it's much harder. And I got back, and I don't know what happened. I just completely forgot about it. I just filled up my water bottles and left. Lap 3 was horrible. I'm going to talk about religion here. So, lap 3, I go out, and I'm in pain. And I don't know why. I'm 100 yards out, and I thought I should just turn around and go take Advil, rub Tiger's Balm on my legs, because they're just in excruciating pain. I don't know why I didn't turn around. I had 8 miles ahead of me. Definitely should have turned around. That whole lap, I was in between the very fast people and the slow people, completely alone in the middle of the woods, pitch black at night. And I just had like a moment with God, and I was just praying, and I was just talking to God for probably 45 minutes. And then like I got hit with this overwhelming feeling that I just wanted to start bawling. And this is like, I'm losing it. And mind you, this is only like, probably a marathon in, probably 20, 25, 26 miles in.
Marathon in, yeah.
And yeah, I was in bad shape, and it just like, and then I came back the third lap. I set 3 reminders on my phone to rub icy hot, put Tiger's Balm, and take Advil, and I did. And then I ate a cheeseburger, and then I drank a little bit of water and had some salt packets and some running goose. And then I went out, and morale was high, all-time high. I ran the entire time, because on an ultra, especially on a trail run, it's smart, a lot of people walk the steep inclines. I was so absolutely locked in. I think part of it was just me being ready to be done. Me being, the faster I run, the faster I'm done, the faster I can just sit down and just like be done with this. But yeah, that last lap, the 4th mile, morale was high. I was playing Katy Perry, dancing up the hills, refilling my water. Every time I passed someone, I was like giving them words of encouragement. That's just not like me, but I was just so happy that I knew that I was nearly done with this. And then when I finished, I just remember everyone congratulating me, but like I wanted to do like a cartwheel across the finish line, but I was so sore and just so destroyed that I just laid down once I crossed the finish line, and they brought me my medal, and They brought me some pizza and everything, and then I sat down. Just so happy to be done with that.
What was the recovery like afterwards? You just sit in bed all day, or how'd that go?
Well, the first night we got an Airbnb up there and go back to the hotel room. And this is kind of a relatively gross part. I get back to the hotel room and I'm completely numb from my hips down. I literally cannot feel anything at all. It's such a odd feeling because I'm young and I'm in shape. I'm not supposed to feel like that. I'm laying in bed and I literally have the fear, like I can't go to sleep because I think I'm gonna poop myself. I literally thought I was gonna crap my pants while I was sleeping.
Yeah.
So it took me like an hour and a half to fall asleep because I literally could not feel anything below my hips. I woke up the next morning, no crap in my pants, and yeah, I was able to get up. I got this horse muscle gel. It's like icy hot on steroids.
Horse tranquilizer.
Yeah, I think it's called horse something like that.
Yeah.
Works wonders. But yeah, for about 4 days, I could walk, but like walking downstairs especially was horrible because my knees would buckle every time I hit a step. But yeah, it wasn't too bad, but I'm hoping this year
Yeah.
I'll feel it.
I definitely want to do a marathon, and then I'm gonna do an ultra. I don't know if I'll.
Didn't you do a marathon with Kobe?
I didn't do a marathon. I did a half.
They did
marathon.
half.
Oh, half
I've done
marathon. I got
a
you.
couple. I've done a few half marathons, but I'm planning on doing a full marathon. I will do a full marathon when I get home after the season, but it's hard to like train and
Right.
obviously
and
like
hockey.
I can't do like a marathon during the hockey season. It just wouldn't make sense. But like during the off season, I'm for sure gonna do a marathon. I just need to find like a good one to do. I'm not sure if there's one in Springfield. I don't even know. But I'll find like a close one to do. Anyways, then I don't know if I'll do a ultra during the off season either, but we'll see.
That'd probably be rough to fit in.
I'd like to.
Fit in training
but-
for a marathon and then recover and then train for the ultra and then
Yeah.
do the ultra and recover and also stay on top of hockey.
Hockey, yeah.
I mean, within a few months of summer, you guys
Yeah.
end in like March, and you
Yeah,
go around
March,
September.
April, just kind of depends. But I'm planning on doing the marathon in May, and then I don't know. That gives me like a month or two to be ready for the ultra. But I wouldn't do like a crazy one and probably do like a 35-mile,
Yeah,
something
like a
like
50K or
a
something.
little
like
bit
that.
over a marathon. Just kind of build my way up. But something on my bucket list. It just sounds insane, but I want to do a 100-mile race. I think Nick Bear's been
Fair.
extremely inspirational for that. If you guys don't know who that is, he's a ultra. He does a ton of stuff. He has a ton of accolades. He's
Entrepreneur.
an entrepreneur, ultra runner,
Influencer.
influencer. He owns BPN Bear Performance Nutrition.
Oh yeah.
Not sure if you guys have heard of it. It's not like super big, but it's a supplement company. Really cool stuff. I use like his creatine, protein powder, electrolyte stuff. He has G1M. It's like it's got carbs and electrolytes in it. It's
Mainly for running.
Yeah, mainly for running or just like before big workouts. But yeah, really cool guy, super inspirational. But I definitely would want to do a 100-miler. I know that's something you probably want to do too as well.
Well, so funny story about that. 2 years ago, my brother ran the 40-mile ultra marathon that I'm doing in January. So we're going to be running it at the same age. But this year, he signed up for the 100-mile ultra marathon at this Chippy Endurance. So he will be running 100 miles, and he's not the kind of guy to give up. He's just the kind of guy to do what he says he's going to do, and he'll crawl the last 30 miles if he has to. But yeah, him and his buddy Jeremiah will be running the 100-mile. I think that's absolute insanity. That's going to be, hopefully I can do that, in 5 years down the line. But
Yeah, that'd be probably far down the line for me. I don't really know. It's hard to plan out your whole life without even knowing what's coming next. So, but it's definitely something I'd want to do. Kid, do you have any aspirations to do like ultras or a marathon or anything like that?
So, when Carson and I did a Tough Mudder
that was fun.
in May, it was around 10 to 11 miles down in the St. Louis area where we had to do bleachers on a racetrack. We had to swim under barbed wire.
There's a shooting star just over there.
And
You always see the shooting stars. I never see them.
yeah.
Sorry, Kate. Continue.
Go ahead.
And we would get electrocuted with. It said it was 10,000 volts, but that just doesn't seem right.
It hurt so bad. It was to the point, and then they had one at the finish line where, like, when you ran through, if anyone's ever done a Tough Mudder, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Ugh.
There's just wires hanging from the ceiling like hair. You got to run through this thing and just brace, and, like, you'll run through, and every second it pulsates with electricity. So you'll get, like, a couple steps in, if you're running, and then, boom, it just hits you,
And you
and your
drop.
whole body just locks up. It's such an odd feeling. You completely lose control of your body, and you just face plant. And they have water, of course, at the bottom of these. But it's a bad feeling. But the Tough Mudder it's so odd. It's like you're carrying sandbags, you're army crawling under barbed wire, you're getting electrocuted,
You're doing
running
trench
bleachers.
kind of like trench warfare trenches. Like it rained about 6 inches right before that day, so it's super muddy.
Yeah.
And the very first obstacle was like these 5 to 6 foot trenches that we had to go in and jump over. But it was so slick at 9 a.m. because we got the first run. But there's like 30 people ahead of us because we started late to make sure we had everything prepped. And you had to get like 3 people just to help you up. But like the whole community of like within Tough Mudders, like it's just all around like a good place to be, and everyone's super cool and everything. And then at the end of it, so after the 10 miles, there was a planking contest, and he won a 12-pack of Rain because they're sponsored by Rain. And I'm pretty sure Andy Priscilla, which is first formed out in St. Louis too, and me, Carson,
Shout out to
his dad, Carson's dad, and our buddy Parker.
Shout out to
did
Bill.
it.
Shout
And
out Bill.
we all lost because the dude who won did not race. Like he
And-
didn't run, he didn't do anything. He just had a camper there.
And we all got like second, third, and fourth, and there was probably like 8 people doing it. And the guy who won did not run the race. He was like running a shop there selling drinks, and we're like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
But that is something that is really cool about the Tough Mudder that you did mention, Cade, was that just the community there, and like a lot of the tasks, you don't go in the Tough Mudder striving for a great time. You go into the Tough Mudder to just complete it, to have a good time and help out others. Like there's warped walls where you're forming human ladders, and these are just people you've never met before, and they're climbing on top of you, putting their feet on their shoulders, like literally a human ladder, and just pulling random people up, and you're all giving each other fist bumps and high fives, you know, just helping each other out. So it's a really cool community that they've got.
But like back into what we were talking about with the locking in, that was like the last major run I've done, and I kind of fell off of running, which I totally regret. I just had to, like I said, lock back into doing it. And with these two studs over here, these stud muffins, they will just help me influence, because I met Carson like a week or 2 ago at the gym while he was training for his race on the Stairmaster, so I did it like 20 minutes with him, and then we got to talking, and I just ran 2.5 miles just for a little influence, just so I'm gonna get back into it.
Yeah, that's good.
I feel like
Just a
that's
little motivation.
Another thing that we could talk about is like not holding your friends accountable, but like just motivating your friends, and each of you pushing each other when you're not motivated, because you're not always going to be motivated, but it's likely that one of your friends will. So you get a good talking to from one of your friends, and it'll just hit you with this motivation of like, I got to go get it, I got to lock in, I got to start training, or I need to set my goals high and work on something. And yeah, I just think that's a great thing that we've all pretty much done a pretty good job at, is just like all pushing each other, and especially Colby. But
He's in San Antonio right now.
Shout out Colby.
Shout out to Colby.
Doesn't even have contact with anybody right now.
He's at basic.
He's in basic training right now. So
Going to the military, hopefully to achieve some big things. If anyone can do it, it's him.
he's a great guy. Love Colby.
Great guy.
Hopefully
Stand
he'll
up.
listen to this. He doesn't even know Tough Talk's a thing.
I feel like the first
send him
time
a
we
letter.
pushed each other was when we were at Anytime Fitness, when we did the Murph. We did a half Murph.
gosh, I
We did a half Murph together.
That was such a joke.
Yeah,
Now
we-
looking back, a Murph is so easy. I
But
tried to
we were like,
convince
we were all 16, and
We
we
were all
just started
16.
training, and we were like, let's do a half Murph.
and then we
were
ran.
gonna do a full one, but you guys
We did
wussed out.
We
You
did.
did
no,
wuss out.
we
I
did-
wussed out. I was
we
not
did
trying
the
to do
whole mile because it goes 1 mile, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats,
that. And then another mile
then
after.
another
And
mile.
you're
But I
supposed
think
to.
you're supposed to wear a weighted vest, right?
But we
You're
didn't
not
have
supposed to. It's like optional to wear like a 20-pound weighted vest, and then also something we didn't realize, and I don't even know if you guys know this, but you can split up the different exercises into like splits.
I did
So
not
you
know
could
that.
do like
I did not know that.
I
you
did
can
not
do
know
like
that.
10. You don't have to do all 100 at once. The last time I did a Murph though, I did it like that, but I looked into it, and you can split up the workouts. Like you can do like 10 pull-ups with 20 push-ups with 30 air squats, and then just do
that would
that
be nice.
10 times or whatever.
Yeah, that's
Or-
not a bad idea.
Yeah,
That's not a
we
bad
actually-
idea.
Which makes it so much easier, because then like you're doing pull-ups, and then you're like, all right, doing 10 at a time, and then slowly doing less and less, and then you're doing 1 at a time every like 10 seconds, and it's just awful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
that is horrible. It
but-
gets to the point where you're struggling to do like one pull up.
Plus, we
Yeah.
had one pull-up bar, and we just all three had to
Yeah, we
take
had to
turns,
rotate.
and we
It
go
took
like
forever.
we go from like 5 to 10 to.
Looking back now,
one.
I feel
Yeah.
like I could wake up tomorrow morning and just do that pretty easily.
Oh yeah.
The hardest
Murphs
part would
are
just
easy.
be the air squats.
Murphs
Hardest part
probably
for
aren't
me
that bad.
would be waking up on time. I'm not great at waking up on time.
Or
Pull-ups is definitely the
Yeah.
hardest for me. At least.
probably.
I did that
pull-ups.
I'd
with
say
Jacob. Shout out Jacob.
Shout out Jacob White
Beauty.
and Dave White. Shout
And
out Dave.
Another
He's
beauty.
best friends with his grandpa. They're like this.
They're like
They're
this.
like this. Super small inside
Little-
joke, but if you
Little
get it,
niche reference.
who
if
you
you
are.
know, you know.
yeah, if you know, you know.
You haven't shout out Uncle Coop yet.
We talked about Uncle Coop, but yeah,
Shout out to Uncle
Cooper.
Coop. I've never
So-
met you, man, but you seem
Yeah,
seem
Uncle
like a
Coop,
beast.
great uncle.
great guy, super good uncle. He's probably one of my favorite uncles, my favorite uncle. But
wow. Don't let the other uncles know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's not here because he's back home in Bemidji, Minnesota, with his family. He's off Thanksgiving break. He's actually going to Nashville, I believe. So he's gonna visit some family in Nashville. I think his cousin lives out there, his aunt and uncle. So Coop's gonna have a great time in Nashville. And then Carson and Cade wanted to be on Tub Talk, so I was like, might as well film it. And we're in Cade's hot tub right now. So
A little home tub talk.
yeah, home
Yeah.
Tub Talk.
Back in the Chester.
Yeah, it's like a limited edition episode. So.
Jack, let them know what just happened.
Okay, long story short, we were just filming for probably like an hour plus, and my phone died 45 minutes in, so it didn't miss a whole lot, but we were going way off the rails, and we checked to see how long we were filming the episode for, and my phone was just black. So thank goodness we caught that before it was like 2
That
hours
was me.
deep.
I did catch that. But yeah, we were going pretty off topic. But yeah, back on topic.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to cut out a lot because a lot of it just doesn't make sense because of the
Right, we transitioned.
when the phone died.
Right,
So-
right.
Yeah, so I'll make a seamless edit and it'll look really good because I'm a good editor.
Right.
Either way, what do you guys want to talk about?
I see a little dipper.
You see the Little Dipper? Good job. Good for you, Cade.
Nah, I want to leave.
Okay. Did you say now you want to leave?
No, I said I want to leave. I'm tired. I need to study for 2 tests tomorrow.
So just
I
so you
still
guys
have a
know,
math
Jack
quiz.
isn't in college. I am, but I'm pretty much done with my classes. I have like 2 things of homework, and Cade has like 2 tests tomorrow or something.
And I have to do a map quiz over Oceania and write down every single country in Oceania, and it's
I remember doing that in
10:30 at
7th
night.
grade.
Yeah, I know,
I remember
You'll be
when I was
fine.
8
but it's a
years
good
old.
4 credits. So
Yeah,
Good 4 credit class.
hours.
What's
But
your
yeah.
other test? A coloring book?
I wish, but
Yeah.
no. It's
Okay.
on Sub-Saharan Africa in all of Oceania.
Ugh, why
Yeah.
are you?
Why'd you say
That
ew?
sounds interesting.
Why'd
I
you say
just-
ew?
I can't believe you're learning about like, what is it? What's the class?
What class is that?
Hold on, let me
You don't
think.
even know the name of the class?
We gotta get back on subject. Anyways,
World Regional Geography.
while we were
Okay,
taking a
good
break,
stuff.
we were stargazing. We're talking. Fellas are thinking about planning a trip to Europe. I feel like we
Yeah.
could talk about that here because I feel like a lot of young people our age and even older people are trying to correlate with their friends. You know, good time to get out of the country. Jack, what are your thoughts on like what's the best way to go about it? What is one piece of advice you have for these
Traveling
people?
in general?
I mean, no, just
I'd
for
say-
people who want to get something going with the fellows.
I'd say just do it. Like, there's no better time than right now, right? Especially for us, we're all 19 years old, and Like we're so young, it would be a great time. We're not tied down with big jobs or like wives or families, so
Especially women, yeah.
it's a perfect time to go with the boys and just go see some of the world. I know so many people on their bucket list are like travel the world, go to Europe or whatever it may be, and it's like you talk about it. Why don't you just do it?
Right.
So I feel like that's something I'm really gonna try and do over the summer as well, along with my aspirations of running a marathon and possibly an ultra marathon. I want to go outside of the country. I want to go to Europe. So where would you want to visit, Kate? Do you have any specific countries in Europe or just maybe in general that you plan on visiting or want to visit?
No.
No, you don't really have any?
No.
No?
No.
Carson?
Well, I've been to Iceland. This last summer I was in Ireland, and then I went to the United Kingdom. So I love traveling. My dad and I travel frequently together. I'd like to go all over Europe. I'd like to just buy a train pass to go all over Europe. But there's this one saying, and it's that the water doesn't get any warmer if you hesitate to jump in. The water doesn't get any warmer if you wait. So you low-key just got to send it.
I don't want to cut you off, but that's a great quote, especially for Tub Talk, because
Right.
we're in a warm
Because we're in a warm tub. So
Yeah.
for us, actually, the water is warm. But this is kind of a way to say that, like, if you're gonna do something that's uncomfortable, it's not gonna get any more comfortable the longer you wait. You just got to do it. Financially, you will recover. Guys, just absolutely spend your money on it. It's going to be worth it. Never in my life have I heard anyone say that they regret going on a trip with the lads.
Exactly. I know Cade is very conscious with spending money, and I think that's an important quality to have. It's important to be frugal with your money because, I mean, after all, money is extremely important in this society. But, I mean, it's important to have fun, and like traveling or checking stuff off the bucket list is something that is important. I mean, you have things you want to do, aspirations in your life, and money doesn't go with you when you go to heaven. It doesn't stay with you forever. So
That's right. Unless you're an ancient Egyptian and you did believe that.
Yeah.
But so it goes back to an old saying from the movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's time moves fast. If you don't stop to look around once in a while, you may miss it. So it's like, yeah,
Great movie.
work. You gotta
Great
grind.
movie.
You gotta lock in. But every once in a while, stop and look around, because the reason you're working and the reason you're saving money is to spend it. Like, I'm all for saving money, but while you're grinding, while you're getting better, you got to look around once in a while and appreciate everything that God's given you.
Yeah, stop and smell the roses.
Oh, yeah.
That's like from a commercial. You remember the gnome that smells the roses?
You know, other countries have couches exactly like yours. Well, not exactly like yours. Go and smell the roses.
So I think it's like 5 a.m. right now? I'm sorry, that's off topic.
No, it's like 5:01, I think. A.m.
But anyways, yeah. Guys, I think that goes back to the whole, like, yes, lock in, yes, do good, but also enjoy it, right?
You only get one
Enjoy
life.
it. Smell the roses as you walk by, you know. You get one life. That doesn't mean you have to work your whole life. That doesn't mean you have to only have fun your whole life. You can do both. You can get better, you can get money, but, like, also look around once in a while, enjoy it.
And I feel like something in our society is that you work your whole life, and then when you're old, you retire, and then that's like kind of when you spend your money and travel or whatever it may be. But like, I feel like it's important to have experiences and go travel or do whatever you might want to do when you're young, because that's when you're in your prime. I feel like the experience is worth so much more. Should we wrap it up with a ranking?
I'm down for a ranking.
I think we when the phone was charging, we decided to rank movies.
Movies.
So let's just toss out some movies and then we can start ranking.
So what do we do this? We do that out of 10, correct?
Out of 5.
Out of 5, okay.
Yeah.
Can we do
We can
points?
have honorable mentions. What do you mean?
Can you
points?
do like a 4.5 or no?
No, we just rank them. So like.
Oh,
there's
5, 4. So you throw out 5 movies and you rank them in
Yes.
order.
Yeah, but we're not gonna. We can throw out more than 5 movies. We just toss out really good movies that we like,
Okay.
and then.
The Shawshank Redemption.
Never seen.
Shawshank Redemption.
According to IMDb, that is the best movie of all time. You'll see
I
if
don't
that's
think-
gonna crack the number 1 on our list. I don't think it will.
I don't
But
think it's number 1. It's a fantastic movie.
Great movie. Such a
Fantastic.
good movie. Let's try not to spoil these movies either. So we'll just say the names, and if you guys want to look them up, go check them out. Great movies. Interstellar, another great movie. I love Christopher
Fantastic.
Nolan.
Christopher Nolan. Oh, Oppenheimer. Before I
Oppenheimer,
forget.
wonderful movie. I don't know if that cracks top 5 for me though. There's so many. The Prestige. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
I haven't seen The Prestige.
So good.
It's the one with Hugh Jackman.
So good. Yeah, it's such a good movie. What else is there? Okay, do you have any ideas?
Nope.
No?
I think
I don't watch movies.
Shout
so-
out to Interstellar just because of they're re-releasing this year, December 7th, which should be right around the time this
It's
is
been
getting
out for a
released.
decade.
Because it's been out for a decade. So I will be going to watch that in IMAX. But
I will be seeing
right.
Moana 2 though.
Okay.
7 with Brad Pitt.
7 is a
Never
really good
seen.
movie.
What have you
let's
seen?
Moana.
knocking off some
American
of those
Sniper.
Christopher Nolan movies.
Who is that?
Christopher Nolan movies are so good.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been over it. Like Interstellar, Oppenheimer are some big ones, and then
I'm blanking like crazy. I know he makes Tenet. Doesn't crack top 5. Great
Tenet
movie
was
if
a
you haven't seen
phenomenal movie.
Tenet.
Inception.
Oh my gosh, Inception. How did I
Inception's
forget about
definitely
Inception?
Inception's podium, if you will. Like Inception is podium,
So good. Such a good movie.
and then it's one of the best endings of film history. It's so open, and it's you can think about it.
Shutter Island, great movie. I don't know if that cracks top 5, but very solid
They
movie.
cracked something though.
Yeah.
Shutter-
It's probably an honorable mention.
Shutter Island is a great plot twist, and
It is.
it's something.
Same
It's
with,
something.
I think 7 could have the biggest plot twist
Oh
in
my gosh.
the history of film.
I think the 7 has one of the best, just well put together endings. It made everything. Talk about clicking it all together. That's
Oh,
7
just-
right there.
It's
That ending, it's
such a satisfying ending. Perfect ending.
The movie that we don't talk about.
Oh,
with Brad Pitt,
yeah.
and
I don't know if that cracks top 5.
Tyler Durden. If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. We can't talk about it.
It's a guy. Basically, a guy meets a guy on a plane who sells soap.
Yeah. Super niche. If you've seen
Pink
the movie,
soap.
you'll get it.
Yeah, Brad Pitt's in that. I think that's all I should say.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's up there for sure.
Other
But
Brad Pitt movies?
I mean,
I
seven.
mean, 7, yeah.
That's so good.
I heard
feel
Bullet
like
Train was
one of
good.
the that's not top 5.
That's not. It was a good movie to watch.
What about one of the Batmans? One of the
Dark Knight?
Dark Knight.
That's just
The
so,
Dark Knight's
so phenomenal.
For sure.
I think
Might be top
I think
3.
Joker 1 with Joaquin Phoenix. That's podium.
Good movie. I don't think it's top 5 though.
I think it is just because of the acting that I mean, of what we listen. You know what? Maybe not top 5, but
It's an honorable
it's up
mention.
there. It's an honorable
Okay,
mention.
so what's the list looking like? What's number 1?
We don't
These-
have. Well, we always start at 5
All right, what's number 5?
typically.
Oh, Interstellar.
Well, here, honorable
Interstellar
mentions.
at
What's
5.
honorable mentions?
We'll do honorable mentions at the end. Interstellar's 5.
We'll go 5 for Interstellar. No disrespect, but like it's a great movie.
4.
I think we can throw Inception on top.
No.
I think Dark Knight
Dark Knight at 4. I think that's good.
maybe a 3 for me.
3. What's 4 then?
The 7?
Because there's so many that. I think The Prestige needs to be a 4. I know you haven't seen it, Carson, but such a good movie.
I'll trust your word.
If you haven't seen Prestige, you need to go watch it. Such a good movie.
We can put Prestige at 4. I think we
Prestige
could
at
put the Dark Knight at 3.
Yeah, Dark Knight at 3.
It's just so good. The Godfather's a big one.
Yeah, but what about Shawshank Redemption?
Wasn't that big of a fan of it.
Shawshank Redemption. We might have to toss some stuff around here. I feel like we kind of forgot about that one. That's definitely in the top 5 and 7. Oh man, we're forgetting about stuff. Might have to completely restart our list here.
Moana.
Not Moana.
No.
Moana's maybe one of the F tier movies.
F tier?
No, I'm
I think
late.
on IMDb it's like up there, but it's not like anything good.
All right, so give me 5. I want to stick with Interstellar.
Interstellar
on
at 5. Yeah, because it's a great plot, great movie. I'd say it's a little long and it can get dry at times.
But you really
That's what I
have to
would
pay
say.
attention to that.
And I think that could be a downside to the movie as well, as you have to pay so much attention to the movie.
Right. I feel like we can
You have
go
to be very detail oriented.
Prestige and then F4. I feel like we keep it the same, but
Yeah.
give me 7 and the Dark
7 at
Knight
3. Dark Knight at 2.
and then
One,
Shawshank,
it has to be Inception. One is
Inception, The Seven.
Inception is so
I'd say
good.
one. Inception's very good. It's one of those where it's kind of hard. And Tenet's so good.
Oh my god.
Ah,
Christopher Nolan, you
Okay.
make it too difficult.
Okay, so what if you guys skip number one right now, or maybe top three, and what should be honorable mentions?
honorable mentions: Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, phenomenal movie.
7 honorable mention.
See, that's one of the top
See,
five. that you guys
I'd
put
throw
up.
7 top 5 for me. But
See?
I mean, it's just subjective, you know.
Where would you put 7?
I'd put 7 at probably I don't even know. We've been over this so many times, but maybe 4.
This is so hard.
Okay, so then what was 4? That might be honorable mention.
Prestige, but I haven't watched Prestige, so I
Okay,
feel like that's
no,
fair.
Okay, so then
so
what's
good.
number 5?
We said
Inception.
Interstellar.
Or Interstellar. My fault, my
Interstellar
fault.
cannot not be in top 5.
Godfather, it's ranked second best of all time. I honestly can't really get behind it.
It's a good movie,
It's a
but
ho-
it's
it's
really
a
it's a hard
long-
watch, honestly.
And
Very long.
You
Okay.
really have to just pay attention
You
to the
guys
character
forgot about
development.
Oppenheimer.
So many names. Too.
Oppenheimer's an honorable
Honorable
mention.
I don't think it's another one of those. It's really long, but you have to pay a lot of attention to. What
But
you're
it
watching.
is extremely interesting is the politics behind, the
The
nuclear bombs and
ending's
everything.
really good as well.
And now I have become death, destroyer of worlds. Shout out to Robert J.
Great.
Oppenheimer.
Great movie. If you guys haven't watched all of Christopher Nolan's movies, highly recommend.
Go do it. Sit in
Some
your
of
room,
them-
turn off the lights.
I'd say change the way you think about life. Seriously. Some of them are so interesting and so intriguing that they I don't know.
But they're not
they're
unrealistic.
Really very interesting movies.
These are movies with kind of crazy concepts, but he makes
And-
the concepts make sense.
Yeah. Very I don't know, I'm trying to think of a really good word to describe them.
Well put together.
Well put together, they always click at the end.
That is a big
they're
thing.
always
They
some-
always right
some
at the end
type
they
of
come together.
Twist, you typically
Like Tenet.
and the details that all click together, they're all so satisfying. That's the
To the
perfect
point where,
word, satisfying.
When you watch it the second time around, you're like, oh, I didn't even realize that that ties
and you
into
can
this.
watch them multiple times because there's so many different things you pick up that are it's just genius, the stuff that he does.
This is probably the longest movie, or the longest rating that you've ever had.
ranking.
Ranking, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Whoa, buddy!
That's
You got the
what you
red
know.
lights on.
Okay, should we let's lock in and we just need to give them a straight up top 5 list, okay? And not saying oh, that should be 5, this should be that.
You know what? In no
Alright.
particular order, here's my top 5.
Go.
Gotta throw 7 up there.
Okay.
I just love it. Shawshank Redemption's phenomenal. Interstellar, The Dark Knight, and Inception.
Okay. Here's for me. Prestige,
Mm-hmm.
Inception, Interstellar, 7, Shawshank Redemption.
So what did we change out? Me and you had the same 4, but I didn't have.
What about the 7? Did you have 7 in yours?
Yeah,
Yeah, I had 7. I had the Prestige. You didn't have the Prestige.
I
What
had
did
The
you
Dark
have?
Knight.
You had the Dark
Yeah.
Knight. I love the
Instead of
Dark
Prestige.
Knight.
I just haven't seen the Prestige.
Dark Knight's for sure a 6 for me. That whole trilogy it's probably my favorite trilogy out of all movies.
And if it's his favorite, it should be yours too.
Yeah, it's just such a great trilogy.
It's podium.
Uh,
Trilogy.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah,
I
guys.
think this is the end of the episode.
Safety.
There's something that we always say. I wish Uncle Cooper was here to say it with me, but scrub a dub. We'll see you next time in the tub. Peace out, guys.